Informant certification. Let's talk about it. Kids used to have a saying. I don't know if it's popular anymore. At 50, well, 50 in a couple of months. I'm getting older. Okay. Snitches get stitches was the saying. All right. Being an informant wasn't a good thing. All right. It wasn't. It was, you snitched on me. You're an informant. Keep that energy. Right now, pause this video and grab a copy of your birth certificate. I want you to have your birth certificate in your hand from here on out. I'll wait. Psych, I'm not waiting. I'm going. Pause the video, grab your birth certificate. Where's your birth certificate? My birth certificate's right there. Okay, back to the video. Look at the section on your birth certificate by your mother's name. And notice that it says something to the effect of, or mine says, informant certification. It lists my mother as an informant on the birth certificate. And you got to ask yourself why. Okay? Now, I've been talking about this for 4 years. Going on 4 years. This year would be 4 years because it applies directly to me. Informant. Who was she informing? Who was she informing to, and what was she informing by signing as the informant on my birth certificate? That's the question. If you're new to the channel, you don't know the answer to that. If you're not new to the channel, if you watched me before, you know the answer to that. Because it was Harvey Dent who put me onto this Roman Catholic soul scam, for lack of a better word. Okay? So the link will be in the description. Furthermore, Violet's mother is a superhero. Let me tell you why. It is not my place to tell her story, but let me tell you why Violet's mother is a superhero. Because she understood what signing the birth certificate was, in effect, how it was changing the status of our child and removing her freedom. Facts. She understood that. What she requested was a certificate of live birth. There is a difference. Certificate of live birth versus the birth certificate. See, all of you have birth certificates. You are corporate slaves. You don't know it. And you're incapable of owning anything as a result. You don't know the law. I don't care if you think you got a house. I don't care if your house is paid off. You don't own it. Okay? And this video will take too long to go in and explain it. All right? What the challenge is to ask yourself why and do the digging that I've done and we've done over the last years. Because explaining this stuff is challenging when you don't realize that this type of demonic system actually even exists. All right. But what you can do is see some things for yourself. See, if you got your birth certificate in your hand, like I asked you to, and you go down to your mother's section, you can see for yourself under your mother's signature where it says informant. In my case, informant certification. Who was she informing? What was she doing by signing the birth certificate instead of requesting a certificate of live birth? And what contract was I entering in as a result of her signing herself as an informant and signing me over as a ward to the state? What contract? And what are the elements of a contract? Well, all you real estate agents out there, you know that, right? The meeting of the minds, right? Right. Can you take somebody to a bar, get them drunk, and have them sign a contract? Is that contract legal? Question. Question. Can you take a newborn baby under any other circumstances and put a pen in their hand and have them sign their name on a piece of paper and that document be legal? Of course you can't do that. So why is the birth certificate a contract? Why is it a financial document traded on Wall Street? Why? And why do you not know this? And why are you not pausing this video and looking up Sis Gave You Trust and studying trust at this point? Why aren't you doing that? I will give you a link. Link will be in the description. It's Harvey Dent. Now, if you don't have patience to go through the 30-minute video, because it's a 30-minute video, right? Go to the 18-minute mark. I tell you what, go to the 15th minute mark and watch from the 15-minute mark to the 19th minute mark, and you will understand why Violet's mother and myself refused to sign the birth certificate and why we requested a certificate of live birth. We did that because we understood the difference. The courts knew we understood the difference. The family members did not know the difference and couldn't understand it, and henceforth sided with the people who took Violet from us. Long story made short. This battle is about freedom. It's challenging to be free if you don't realize you're a slave. See, rich people, let me make a plea to rich people for a second. You got the time and the resources to investigate this. You do. Maritime law. You have the time, you have the resources to investigate it. If you have a birth certificate, it's a bank document. All right? It's a contract. Your social security card, it's a contract. All right? Your driver's license is a contract. Now back to the social security, the birth certificate. All right? What's being calculated is how much you will probably create in tax revenue for your life. Question, is this the reason why, CV-19 is a big deal? Okay, it's particularly with the elderly. Were they cleaning the books? Were they cleaning the books? Were there too many people living past 70? And why is the age 70 an important number? All right, I'm not telling you, but I will give you the means to get the answer. You tell me why in the comments to let me know that you're at least hearing what's going on, or you've had the opportunity to hear it. Why is 70 an important age with this whole maritime law and the contract, the slave document, which is your birth certificate? How do you free yourself from this status? That's the war I'm in right now. That is the war that we are in right now. All right? We wanted Violet to be born free. Free. And her mother not to have to sign her over to the state by signing that document. And we have all the paperwork, all of it, in multiple places, with multiple people. Yes, we do. It was necessary to do that. I just can't have all the documents and something happened to me. I disappeared and y'all don't know this. But we have the documents in multiple places. I don't have enough fingers to describe how many places we have exact copies of all the documents. Okay? Was this a reason why COVID was a big thing? Were they cleaning the books? All right? Separating you from your elderly? Too many people living past 70? I'm asking a question. The question is not even going to make sense to you until you get a grasp of the concept. And I have given you an important seed. The link is in the description. Truth be told, this is not the first time I'm talking about this. It's in my playlist. And that in itself not me, the information should have been viral. The information should have been viral. Your birth certificate is ownership documents. All right? You don't even own your car. I know you paid off your car. You have the title, right? You own the car, right? Right? No, you don't. You don't. The title doesn't give you ownership to the car. You've been tricked. You've been bamboozled. You've been run amok. The certificate of origin gives you ownership of your car. And none of you have the certificate of origin. Who has who's holding the certificate of origin? I'm changing subjects again, but I'm giving you another example to understand that everything that you know is wrong and you've been lied to. Well, then what you gonna do about it? You ain't got to help me. Listen, what are you gonna do about it? Okay, you've been lied to, right? You got a $90,000 Porsche, Mr. Rich Man, rich woman, and you have the certificate. You have the title. You have the title to the car. You own the car, right? No, you do not. The manufacturer's, the origination, you don't own the original paperwork. You don't. Who's holding the paperwork? The state the car's registered in. Department of Motor Vehicles. A privately owned company. And who owns that company? I don't want to go left. I've given you enough to understand that, you've been at war. Well, war has been on you, and you hadn't realized it. You've been too busy fighting each other. Blacks versus whites, rich versus poor, Democrat versus Republican, old, young, gender. We've been divided and conquered on so many different levels. We never had time to evaluate the source of the source of the fuckery. Okay, you motherfuckers have been duped. All right, and now that you know that you've been duped, it's time to stop the ratchet behavior and do a little research. Don't have your babies in hospitals anymore. How about that? Start there. Okay? Don't have your babies in hospitals anymore. Now understand, that they'll send their people after you. Department of Social Services and all. You gotta be able to go. You be able built to go to war with that. You need to understand that. When y'all stop having babies in hospitals and start having midwives and having those babies born at home, where they can't get access to you to get you to sign those birth certificates, I'm telling you, that is the first major step to freeing your family members. So you thought slavery ended. It did not. Okay? It just became hidden from you. And now you know about it. You have the opportunity to know about it. I'm not going to make this long. Harvey Dent's going to be in the link in the description. Check your birth certificates. Check under your mother's name. Check where you see where it says informant. In my case, it says informant certification. And then start your research there. My gosh. Listen, 2020 was about becoming aware. 2021 is about asking why. All right? And we'll be moving into 2022, sooner than you think. It's time to take some action. I wish I had background music. Why is Reggie Noble playing in my head right now? Time for some action. Time for some action. All right? You've committed an act on war on me. Listen, I have not been violent. We remain from restrained from being mad or acting crazy and that stuff. We've been fighting this fight with a lot of patience and with very little help, and that's okay. All right, it's okay. But you all are like roaches. We turning the lights on you, and we holding the Ray cans. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good day.